Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Ringo TV Reactions. I want to make a video that actually targets the small creator. And I want this video to be content that teaches you how to be successful on YouTube. I want to give back by sharing my experiences, my knowledge that can help creators that are on YouTube for the right reasons. How to go from a small creator to a large creator and how to earn money. First thing you have to understand is that YouTube is a business. With any business, you have to take everything serious. I'm sure a lot of you have heard many YouTube gurus. They'll tell you stuff like, you have to make sure your thumbnail is right. You have to make sure your title is right. All that packaging has to be perfect. I want to keep this thing very simple because a lot of people are frustrated. A lot of you are posting content. You're barely getting any sort of views, 1, 2, 3 views the most, and it's getting you discouraged. The first thing to be successful on YouTube, in my experience as a content creator, is you have to have the passion to do this. It cannot be something that you just want to do because you want to earn money. There are a plethora of channels being created every single day from people who see YouTube as a get-rich Ponzi type scheme that you just come online and you just become rich overnight. That's not how it works, guys. You got to take this very serious, which means when you come online and you want to be a content creator, you have to have a niche. You have to have something that you offer the community because YouTube is oversaturated with so many different people. Everybody's trying to get to the same destination you're trying to get to. So what actually separates you from the bunch? That's what you have to ask yourself. What exactly makes you so unique that viewers would want to watch you? Think of it like a television show. What do you offer? What could you offer that would make people actually want to tune in? And that needs to be the underlying goal for you at that moment. What could you bring to YouTube that would interest people into wanting to watch you in order for you to be successful? As a small creator, you're up against thousands of channels that are in the algorithm, thousands of channels that get recommended all the time. And your content literally got to compete with everything that's out there. So if you're doing content that somebody else is doing, or you're trying to mimic the style of someone else, or use the same title like someone else, you're not going to get very far because the algorithm understands exactly what you're doing. The algorithm know that you're just trying to piggyback off of someone else. You want to be able to stand out. That is what YouTube really want to see from a creator. YouTube want a creator that is a creator, someone who can create something that is unique. And I think that a lot of new YouTubers, they come to YouTube under the guise of they just want to make money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, guys, but the problem is the passion for the content. It's not there. And typically when someone is doing a job and their passion is not there for the job, they're not going to do a good job. It's the same way on the 9 to 5. If you go to work and you are not performing to the highest level of excellence, then work is not going to be done efficiently. The company will just be issuing you a paycheck, but they're not getting a return on their investment in terms of hiring you. So as a content creator, if there's really no passion for the job, then you're not going to get paid, because the only reason why you're getting paid is because the viewers are enjoying your content long enough to watch your content for you to actually earn any sort of revenue. As a content creator, when you're monetized, you get paid for AdSense. And once you sign up for the partnership program with YouTube, that is how you're able to start earning money. and you want to maximize profits by being as original as possible. So one of the key things that I think that any new creator should do in order to build a platform is to have the passion and the drive to actually do content. Don't focus so much on subscriber counts. Subscriber counts don't mean anything, guys. It really don't. Most of your traffic and most of your viewers are going to really come from people that are not even accustomed to your platform. There are channels out here that has millions of subscribers and they don't get any views. And it is because YouTube has changed. YouTube is not the same that it was in 2023, 2024, 2021. It's not the same, guys. It's totally different. The way YouTube is now is the way YouTube work. They have a system, and this is just based off my experience. When you upload a video, if that video begins to do well, YouTube will share that video. If you upload another video after that video and it's not doing so well, then YouTube will limit your reach. If you upload another video and it's not doing well, then YouTube will limit your reach. Do you get my point? And if it keep going like that, what's going to happen is you're going to go into what is known as a shadow ban. Shadow banning is real. A lot of times people say it's not real, it's a myth. It is real. Shadow banning comes from when you post content that doesn't resonate with the viewers, and what happens is YouTube don't recommend the content no more. So it's basically because YouTube don't trust you. You have to build trust with the algorithm, meaning the algorithm have to understand what your target audience is looking for. In other words, when the algorithm looks at your platform based on the performance, based on the content, the titles, the thumbnails, it got to get an idea of what exactly you're bringing. And I think that if you're consistent in terms of the kind of content you publish, then what basically happens is it will begin to direct the viewers that need to watch your channel, if that make any sense. So you want to have a platform that the content is consistent. Let's say, for example, you're talking about dogs, right? If you're talking about dogs, you want your content to remain talking about dogs. That way, dog lovers will be able to find a source channel that primarily focus on dogs. But if your channel jump from dogs to talking about race cars, and then from race cars, it's talking about swimming, and from swimming, it's talking about the basketball game last weekend, you're not going to be successful on YouTube. You're not going to be successful because the algorithm don't know what you're doing. You're all over the place, right? So you have to discover what your niche is. You got to discover what you are offering the community. So you got to really look at yourself and think about, what are your expertise? What do you do that's good? What do you do that can actually help people? Can you solve problems? Is there something that you do that resonate with people? Experiences that you have? And can you make a series of videos that focus on that subject line? In other words, if you make one video today and it gets recommended by YouTube and you gain some views, can you make another video like that video with the same feeling, the same intensity that would make those very same viewers come back? Can you do that? Look at it like this. Have you ever had a piece of music that you listened to and the artist was very talented and the song resonated with you, and you were looking for more music that had that same feeling? So if you couldn't find it from that artist, what do? You go find it in another artist. That is how it is on YouTube. A lot of times as a creator, you might make a video and it really is great, a real good video. And because you didn't double down and make more videos that have that same intensity, that same feel, that same energy with a similar talking point, then what happens is if your viewers come back and you're not consistent, but instead you change the momentum of your platform, they're going to now look for other channels that may sound or talk about topics that are similar to what you were talking about. And if they discover these platforms and those platforms are consistent, then you basically lost a customer, because now that viewer that once enjoyed your content, they're no longer watching you no more, because the other channel is now consistent. They continually post content that resonate with the viewers. So those viewers keep coming back. So you got to look at it that way. You got to keep making content that resonates with the listener, that resonate with the viewer, you know, but it got to be content that you enjoy doing. It cannot be content that you're being fake or you're trying to, I guess, be something you're not. You don't want to be something that you're not. You want to be authentic. You want to be sincere. You want to build trust with your listeners. And I think that once you build trust with your listeners, you become an authority. And now your listeners respect you and they look forward to your content because they know you're not deceptive. They know you're very professional and you take your job very serious. So that to me is the keys to being really, truly successful as a small content creator. In order to go from a small content creator to a large content creator, we're not just talking about subscriber count. We're talking about channel growth. We're talking about revenue, because at the end of the day, you want to make money, right? I mean, nobody just want to be on YouTube just doing content for free all day. The end goal is you want to make money. At the same time, as a YouTuber, I don't want you to come into YouTube with this mindset of like a get rich quick scheme, or you feel as if though, you know, YouTube is against you and that's why you're not getting no views, or the people are not watching your videos. It's not even about all of that stuff. YouTube is a system, and we have to understand that it is a process. When you upload a video, packaging is important, thumbnail is important, but we don't want you to overwhelm yourself with the process of a thumbnail and a title. You want to keep everything simple. You want to keep everything reasonable. When you're dealing with titles, when you're dealing with thumbnails, you want it to be a thumbnail and a title that go exactly with the video. So whatever it is you're talking about in the video, your thumbnail should advertise exactly what you're selling. If it's doing something different, then it's clickbait. If it's selling something that's different and your viewers view your video and they don't see the results of what your thumbnail showed, then the viewer will feel cheated. They will feel as if though you clickbait them in order to get the view, and then they won't watch you no more. So you want to be able to create thumbnails and titles that are relevant to the content that you actually put out. And you have to understand that your click-through rate is very important. You want to keep a high click-through rate on every video that you post. So let's say, for example, you did a thumbnail and you were working on a concept for a thumbnail. And there's many different ways you can make thumbnails. You can use graphic software. Some people use ChatGPT. Some people use various art, apps that allow you to edit photos. And, you can do, there's so many different ways to make a thumbnail. You got text software that allows you to create 3D graphic text that'll make your videos really, really pop when it comes to the text. So you got to utilize everything. But let's just say you made a thumbnail that gave you a click-through rate of 8%. Well, a click-through rate of 8% is decent. It's very good. A click-through rate of 10 is superb. A click-through rate of 17%. That means that YouTube is really pushing and testing your video. It means that the algorithm is actually sharing that video and testing a group of people to see how they respond. And the way YouTube works is they test your video with an audience. If that audience enjoys that video, right, then what happens is YouTube begin to recommend the video to more people. So this is why it's very important to really be calculated in the content that you put out there, where you can kind of have a forecast of what you think the viewer would be thinking when they watch your content. Because when YouTube tests your video, because you have the right thumbnail, the right title packaging, then they're going to test it with a group of people. If that group of people are clicking on your video and not just clicking, but actually viewing the video, if they're viewing it for a longer duration, then what YouTube is going to realize is that these viewers are enjoying your content. If they click the like button, if they viewed the content for a long period of time, that helps with your watch time hours if you are monetized. And even if you're not monetized, the long form content, if the viewer is listening or viewing for a longer period, that's going to build up your watch time hours so that you can end up becoming monetized and join the partnership program. So this is very, very important to grow your channel. Now, again, don't focus on subscriber count. The subscriber count looks nice when people look at your channel, but to be honest with you guys, it don't really matter, because most of the subscribers that subscribe to you may stop watching you, but they're still subscribed, if that makes sense. What you want to create are viewers. You want to build a channel where you have active viewers that come to your platform all the time because you're consistently uploading content that is entertaining, educational, content that have humor. The content resonates with the listener, and you have become an authority figure for YouTube, and it's to the point where viewers can't help but watch you because you're so good at what you do. And that is what you want to build. You want to build a faithful group of people that watch you consistently all the time, because that's what's going to help you to earn money. Let's talk money. You know, a lot of people, like I said, when they come to YouTube, they want to get rich overnight. They want to make all this money. There's money to be made on YouTube. The problem is a lot of people focus on the money and they don't focus on the content. You got to build content, guys. You need content because the content has to be good in order to get people to watch it. People need to trust and believe in what you do. You need to be so unique that when people come to YouTube, you stand out automatically. It's like you're not just a content creator, but you're a creator that when people watch you, you are so unique because nobody's doing what you're doing. That's why your niche is very important. And you might be in a niche where there's thousands of other people in the same niche. But what separates you, in my opinion, is your style, your delivery, the talent, the way you do videos, the way you do thumbnails, the way you do intros, outros, the way you communicate with the listener. All of that combined together is a package that can't fail. And in doing so, you're going to begin to earn money, because here's the thing. Once you've been consistently uploading videos every day, because it's something you got to do every day, guys. A lot of times people, they get discouraged. They'll post a video once a week, once a month. That's not going to help you to grow on YouTube, guys. You have to literally upload content every single day to the point where the algorithm recognize what kind of content you put out, what kind of audience should be watching your videos. You need to make sure that everything on your YouTube platform and your YouTube studio is set up completely so that the algorithm understands you. For example, your channel description. Your channel description should tell YouTube and the listeners exactly what your channel is going to deliver, because now YouTube have an understanding of what your channel is about. It's also a good idea to put a channel introduction on your channel. These things are recommended by YouTube because it helps make the viewers more at home, because the viewer get to click on that video, they get a welcome to your platform, and also you can share a brief intro of what you do, what your channel offer, and what they can expect from you. And this builds trust with the viewer. Do you understand me? So you want to always keep note of your feedback from viewers. Are they liking your posts? Are they commenting? Are they giving you suggestions? Are they giving you compliments about, oh, your video is great? If you're getting all of these things, guys, you have to calculate everything that's coming in, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and allow it to help you to grow. Always respond to comments as best as you can. If you can't respond to every comment, always heart the comments. Make the people feel more engaged. Make them feel like when they comment, you read their comment. That's why if you heart the comment, that makes that listener know that, hey, at least he read my comment. He may have not been able to respond, but I know that he's seen my comment and he appreciated it. That's why you gave them a heart. So it's a lot to do, guys, but you want to earn at the same time. So let's talk about money a little bit, and I'm going to wrap up the show. Money can be made on YouTube. It can definitely be made. You can replace your entire salary through YouTube with a lot of hard work, but it's not going to be something that's done overnight. Many people start YouTube and get discouraged because they're wanting money so bad, and they don't understand that it's difficult in the beginning. In the beginning, you got to pay your dues. Sometimes you might be lucky. You might post one video and get monetized off of one video because that video went viral and it got you enough watch time hours to get monetized, but then again, if you don't have the subscriber count, then, it is what it is. Now, this little tad bit of info I'm going to say before we close, and I'll do more videos like this for educational purposes, but what you don't want to do, guys, as a new YouTuber, now listen to me very carefully. If you make long form content, right, you don't want to start uploading a bunch of shorts in order to gain subscribers to get monetized. Because even if you get monetized, let's say you gain 1,000 subscribers, you got 4,000 watch time hours, you're able to monetize, right? Now, if the majority of your subscribers were gotten from the shorts community, then it's not going to help you once you're monetized in order to make money, because the majority of those subscribers, they came from the shorts community, which means they're not really watching long form content. They want short form content. You got to understand the two. It would be better to make a completely separate channel for YouTube Shorts and a separate channel for long form content. Long form content, live streams, the live streams and the long form content, video uploads should be on the same channel. But anything that is shorts related, that should be on a separate channel, guys, because you don't want to mix the audiences together. Because there's a lot of channels out there that got hundreds of thousands and even millions of subscribers, but most of those subscribers, they came from the shorts community. So when you don't upload shorts, those shorts subscribers, they're not watching your long form videos, and your channel begin to hurt, because when YouTube realize that you upload a video and they start to share that video with your subscribers, if YouTube is sharing those videos with the subscribers that are coming from the shorts community, they're not going to watch your long form content. Do you understand my point? So when that happens and they're not watching it, YouTube is going to look at your platform as if though it's not performing well. We're not going to recommend these videos. The people are not happy. And then you go into a shadow ban. We're going to talk about this more, guys. If you appreciate the shows, let me know in the comments that you want more, and I'll do more videos, guys. Catch you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.